What's up, movie nerds and basketball geeks? Welcome back to Movie Ball. Got a whole different kind of presentation for you here today. It's a different layout. Normally, I got my stupid fucking table that I'm sitting in front of all my shit, and I just thought, well, I originally thought I was just like done making my videos and stuff, so I kind of placed it somewhere else, and I put my couch back over here. But this, I think it's better. I got a nice, chill environment, can relax, can start a pillow fight with myself. So also don't have my all my Blu-rays on my shelf because I just did my Blu-ray collection video and they're still all on the fucking ground behind me, behind the couch, and it's gonna take a while to put them back in alphabetical order because I'm a movie nerd and a basketball geek. It's my saying. On today's episode, I wanted to do my Oscar predictions for the upcoming event, the season of Oscars and award season, movies. It is currently Sunday night, the time of me recording this right now. As I say this, the night before the Oscar nominations are released. They will be released Monday morning, which is today, because I'm hoping to upload this today, which would be Monday. But I predict the Oscar nominations and winners every year, so I thought it would just make sense to put it on my YouTube. And it's only going to be for like the main categories. Like, I don't really give a shit about stuff like production design and makeup and hairstyling. I mean, that stuff's cool, and I'm sure once the list of nominations comes out, I will look at, who's in each category anyway, but it's not something I'm not going to be able to predict that stuff. And I'm actually only going to predict the nominations and winners for a select few categories. All the acting categories, directing, Best Picture, obviously, animated feature, visual effects, and that's it. But I didn't say my plan yet, right? Yeah. So my plan is that I'm going to say all of these predictions for these, and then tomorrow, which is technically today, while you're watching this, hopefully that I uploaded this on Monday and not like Tuesday or further. I know I'm continuing to make it fucking confusing as fuck, but I'm going to also then kind of live react to me looking at who was nominated, so it'll be kind of cool, I guess, to see my side-by-side comparisons of, oh, these are the people I think will get nominated, and then these are the people that actually are. I'm not doing what I want to be nominated, what I want to win, and what is my personal favorite selections for each of these. It's what I think really will be nominated. For instance, Best Picture, let's start it off. The first one I have here, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I hate that movie, okay? If you're new to my channel or just some random person watching and aren't going to subscribe and like and comment, then, it's kind of rude. But if you are watching and you're like, why do you hate Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? I do have a video titled Why I Didn't Like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, so you can always check that out. But I don't like that movie, but it's definitely going to get nominated. It's a no-brainer. Everyone else loves that movie. So how many do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is one of my picks. Then The Irishman, a movie I also do not like, but that's obviously getting nominated, right? I got Joker in there. A bit of a divisive, pick. They nominated Bohemian Rhapsody last year for Best Picture, and a lot of casual moviegoers and typical audiences, like just movie fans, liked that movie, but also there's a huge group of people that despise that movie, and I like the movie Bohemian Rhapsody, but it's also like definitely could have been way better, and it was not worthy of an Oscar nomination for Best Picture, in my opinion. But I don't know. We'll see with Joker. I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't get nominated, but I also wouldn't be surprised if it does. So I have those three so far. Then I have Ford vs. Ferrari. Did not see it myself, but I heard a lot of great things about it from critics and audiences alike. They both seem to really like it. I've been hearing that it was just like a very crowd-pleasing, like American mainstream film. And then I have A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. I kind of put this in before. Now it's like really Oscar, like award season. Like all the buzz, all the Golden Globes came out and the Critics' Choice Awards. So like all these award shows have happened already, and this movie kind of doesn't. It just flew like no one cared about this movie. So that was 5 movies. I've got 4 left, and the next one I have on here is Parasite. I believe that will definitely get nominated. Maybe even has a chance to win Best Picture. It's probably pretty minuscule of a chance. It would be a dark horse to win, but it's definitely winning Best Foreign Language Film, Best International Film, obviously. I mean, Roma, did Roma win Best Picture last year? Marriage Story, another Netflix film next to The Irishman. This movie is definitely getting nominated as well. It's getting a lot of love. And then 2 left. I've got 1917, the war movie. Have not seen it yet and planning on seeing it sometime this week. And then Jojo Rabbit, which it's kind of flying under the radar with award season, but I know a lot of people like it and people want it to kind of get some more love. I think that it gets the nom for Best Picture, but I don't think it really gets much else. So once again, let me just recap that. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, The Irishman, Joker, Ford vs. Ferrari, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, Parasite, Marriage Story, 1917, and Jojo Rabbit. Do you think I'm leaving anything off this list? Possibly Knives Out. And then, so winning Best Picture, I'm going to go with my gut and say it's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It did win at the Critics' Choice Awards for Best Picture, and I believe it also won the Golden Globe for like Best Comedy, Musical, whatever the fuck that stupid category is. So it's got two right there. Everyone seems to really, really dig this movie. I mean, I would hate it if it won because I don't think it's a good movie. But I mean, I guess I understand why it would win. Everyone loves it. And then my second choice would be The Irishman, another movie I didn't like I said. So I think those are the front runners, with a dark horse being Parasites, and possibly very dark horse to 1917. But I think that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood takes the cake. So now moving over to Best Actor. This was a very hard category to predict because there was a lot of really good male performances this year, at least in the eyes of the world. It was a tough category to go through, and these are my picks that I think will get nominated. So Leonardo DiCaprio for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Obviously, Leo, everyone loves him. The Academy loves him. And I don't know if he got that much love, actually, for his performance in these other award shows, like the Critics' Choice Awards and for fucking Golden Globes and whatever the hell else. But I do think that he gets, the Academy Award nomination because the Academy loves him and they love this movie. And then second, I'm going to go Adam Driver, who is a lock for Marriage Story. If you haven't seen that movie, whether you like it or not, think it's slow, boring, whatever you think, I think it's a great movie. Adam Driver is absolutely phenomenal in this film. Next, Joaquin Phoenix for Joker. I mean, it's a two-way race, really, in my opinion, for Best Actor. Robert De Niro for The Irishman. I don't think De Niro was good in this movie. He wasn't bad, but it was just typical Robert De Niro, and the movie, to me, left a very sour taste in my mouth, and I don't think De Niro was that great. So I hope he doesn't get nominated, but he likely will. For my fifth spot, I have Adam Sandler in Uncut Gems. I know that is insane because Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler, while I don't think he is as amazing as everyone is saying, he is very good. It's different for him, different enough. And I did forget that it was Adam Sandler watching Uncut Gems. I was like, wow, like this is, I just looked at it as this guy who's just, a crazy kind of loser, gambling addict, and he was good in the film. And it would just be awesome to say the guy from That's My Boy who played Donnie Berger is also an Academy Award nominee. And I do think that Joaquin Phoenix takes the gold home. I think he deserves it. I mean, did I see all these performances? I did. Out of the 5 I have here, I did see all the performances, and I do think he's clearly the best. And then Adam Driver is a close second. I wouldn't be mad if either of those two got it. Anyone else wins it, I don't agree with. I'm still sticking by my 5, but you could also throw Taron Egerton in there, who won the Best Actor in Comedy Musical section for the Golden Globes for Rocket Man, who was pretty good. Eddie Murphy for Dolomite Is My Name, don't think he's gonna get in there. Antonio Banderas for Pain and Glory, that he could sneak in there for sure. Christian Bale possibly. Jonathan Pryce, The Two Popes. I mean, there's a lot of good performances this year. Obviously, there's only 5, and I do think that the 5 I chose are the ones, so I guess we'll have to see. Now we have Best Actress again. It's every year you're going to have performances, and it's like someone has to get snubbed. If you're like, that person, well, you forgot about them. They're snubbed. Well, then the other person was snubbed. So it's, and everyone that likes to say that hasn't seen all of the films. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always someone that saw like one performance, and they're like, ugh! But Best Actress, so I've got 5 here, obviously. First, I've got Lupita Nyong'o for Us. She was great. She was great in the movie. I do think the movie was a little overrated. I was a little underwhelmed by it. I still liked the film, which it doesn't matter because it's about the performance. Toni Collette last year was snubbed. Again, I'm one of those people. I didn't see all the performances. But Toni Collette, she was great in Hereditary, another horror film. A lot of the horror films don't get their love, I guess. And she was amazing. I wish she would have been nominated. And I don't know if the same thing's going to happen with Lupita Nyong'o, if they snub her just because there's other performances, or because horror gets a bad rap, or because she's black. Uh, it's 2020, and I think we have to take that into consideration also when doing these nominations and just trying to think who might get nominated, because that's something that plays a big part into it. So I do think Lupita Nyong'o is good enough 1000% to get in. She was incredible. She played like a dual role. You know, she played herself and her doppelganger in Us, and she was very good. And then we have Aquafina for The Farewell, which I did not see. So again, I didn't see all the movies on here, but this is just what I think, where all the, what's the word, buzz, where the push is going. That's not the word. I'm gonna think of that word. What is the word? Where all the chips are falling. That's more than one word. We'll come back to it. We'll come back to it. But Aquafina for The Farewell movie is supposed to be incredible. She was supposed to be giving like a very tender, raw, emotional performance. So I heard she was fantastic. So she's probably getting in. Renee Zellweger for Judy seems to be the front runner to win the award, and she just won the Critics' Choice Award as well. So she's probably going to get nominated. And then Scarlett Johansson for Marriage Story, of course, just like Adam Driver. You know, that movie's filled with great performances. She's getting in. And then the last one I have Charlize Theron for Bombshell. Heard kind of lukewarm things about Bombshell. Have not seen Bombshell, but she's supposedly fantastic in it. She's a fantastic actress. Scarlett Johansson, Renee Zellweger, Saoirse Ronan. She might sneak in there. And Cynthia Erivo, is that how you say her last name? I don't know. For Harriet. I heard Harriet was bad. Didn't see Harriet. Heard Harriet was bad, but she's probably very good in it. You're playing Harriet Tubman, you gotta be good. Didn't see Little Women either. Don't really have any interest. Don't really care for period pieces. But I'll watch it at some point. I will. But my money is definitely on Renee Zellweger to win. Supposedly, the movie Judy is kind of lukewarm also, but apparently she is excellent in the film and really embodies Judy Garland. So I would imagine she takes home the cake. Now moving over to Best Supporting Actor. First off, I have Brad Pitt for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He's probably a lock to win, I would say, probably. I mean, I don't know. I don't think he was bad in the film. Again, I didn't like that fucking movie. I don't think he was bad, but I just saw Brad Pitt kind of chilling. Then we got Joe Pesci, Al Pacino, both of them double picks for The Irishman. Again, didn't like that movie. And I don't think anyone in this movie was deserving of an Oscar nomination. I don't. And then I think Tom Hanks for A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. Although the film is not really getting too much love from award shows, he is, I believe, and he's Tom Hanks. He hasn't been nominated in a while, and everyone loves Tom Hanks, so I'm sure he'll get in. And then Jamie Foxx for Just Mercy. Haven't seen this film either, but he's probably getting in because I don't know who would go in that fifth spot. Who am I missing? I go back to this list over here, and we go to Anthony Hopkins. That looks like that's like maybe all I'm missing. I'm sure there's other people that I'm just not thinking of, but Jamie Foxx, those are my five, and who I think is going to win, Brad Pitt. Like I said, he seems to be the lock, and I haven't seen any performances except Brad Pitt, Joe Pesci, and Al Pacino, so I've seen 60% of them. And starting off with the Best Supporting Actress category, I have Margot Robbie, and this was tough because I wasn't sure if she would get it for Bombshell or for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And she could be, you could be a double nominee. It's happened before. I don't know about in the same category, but Jamie Foxx did it himself in 2004, I believe, for Best Actor and Best Supporting Actor. I don't know if Margot Robbie is the main actress in Bombshell. I believe it's Charlize Theron, unless they all kind of share main acting duties, but she might be the supporting actress, but she's definitely the supporting actress in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So I went with that movie because also that movie is more beloved and getting a lot more award recognition. Her character to me was just very pointless, and I'm not saying Sharon Tate is pointless. I just mean in the movie Sharon Tate's like arc or whatever her story. It just seems so like forced to me and doesn't really work with the whatever structure and narrative you want to say that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood has. I didn't like it, and I just think that while she was good, I guess she was fine, but it's just like I just saw Margot Robbie, but I think that she'll get the nomination. Then Nicole Kidman for Bombshell. Again, Bombshell just getting that kind of lukewarm reception, but I think that she'll get the nomination there. Then we have Kathy Bates for Richard Jewell. She's getting some love. The movie, people seem to have liked it, but not really getting any awards recognition. except for maybe the performances. So I think that she gets in there. And then Laura Dern for Marriage Story as well, of course, again, Marriage Story. And then last, I have Jennifer Lopez for Hustlers. So I think those are the five. And to win this category, it's tough. It's tough, but I think I'm going to go with Laura Dern. She seems to be getting a lot of that pull. That's the word I was looking for. Is that the word I was looking for earlier? That pull. Now we have Best Director, and this is definitely going to be a tough category because there is a lot of Best Picture nominations this year that just people love. But so my five picks, and I'll get into the other ones that might be snubbed or might sneak in there that I left out. But my five picks are Quentin Tarantino for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Martin Scorsese for The Irishman, Sam Mendes for 1917, Noah Baumbach for Marriage Story, and Bong Joon-ho for Parasite. Now, Quentin Tarantino, Martin Scorsese, they're locks. I don't like those movies. I'll keep saying it. I don't give a fuck. Sam Mendes for 1917. This movie's getting a lot of love. And then Noah Baumbach for Marriage Story. There's praise all over this movie for the actors' performances, which stems from the director, right? And then just how the narrative and the film, the storyline just felt so real and natural and emotional and just like authentic. That all comes from the director's vision. So I think that he is almost a lock as well, right? So that's like almost 4 locks out of a category that only allows 5 nominations. So then the fifth is kind of a wild card, or maybe not. Maybe Bong Joon-ho really deserves that 5th spot. I mean, he does, right? Parasite is one of the most well-received films of the year. It will probably get the Best Picture nomination. I really think these are the 5 that are going to get it. I wouldn't be surprised if I would be surprised. I would be surprised if anyone is left out of this. Even Bong Joon-ho, I say he was like a wild card, but like I just think that those first 4 are definitely locks, whereas that 5th one, I think he's like 90% got a chance to get in. Who else would get it? Taika Waititi for Jojo Rabbit. He doesn't seem to have gotten a lot of love for this and for this picture, at least at award shows, but I know a lot of people are talking about it. Then you've got James Mangold for Ford vs. Ferrari. I mean, everyone is saying this is a very wildly crowd-pleasing film, and he directs the hell out of it, and that movie wouldn't be what it is without him. So any other year, he might slip in, but I don't think this year, right? Knives Out, Rian Johnson, and then Todd Phillips for Joker. I think that, I think the real award that movie is campaigning for and is going all in for is Best Actor, and I don't think that they really care, or anyone really cares if it gets Best Director, Best Picture, or, the other big ones. It's really going for Best Actor, but I wouldn't be surprised if he kind of slipped in, or Joker slipped in for Best Picture or anything like that. So, I don't know, man, but I think those are the 5. It's a tough directing year. Greta Gerwig for Little Women, forgot about her. She, I just because I forget about that movie because I don't really care about it, but she's definitely getting love for that as well. I'm sure I'm forgetting other pictures. And win? Probably Quentin. I don't know. I'm gonna say it's not Noah Baumbach. I'm gonna say it's not Sam Mendes. Did he win? I think he won for Best Director though. At the Critics' Choice. I think he tied with someone. Didn't he? Who did he tie with? Oh, he tied with Bong Joon-ho. But yeah, Bong Joon-ho won at Critics. So I don't know, dude. This is boggling my brain who might win this. I don't know. I'm going to go with Quentin. I'm still going to go with Quentin. Now, Best Animated Film. This category does not have too many other movies in it to really consider. So it's just going to be, I got here Toy Story 4, Frozen 2, How to Train Your Dragon, The Hidden World, Abominable, and Missing Link. There's always usually like a foreign language film or something, like some obscure animated movie I've never heard of that gets into this category. I never even guessed those because I just don't even know what those movies are until I'm like, oh, that was nominated. So I'm sure the same thing will happen this year. But Toy Story 4 is going to win, right? I mean, I didn't see Missing Link. I didn't see Abominable. I didn't see How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World. I didn't see Frozen 2. But according to the reception and everything, then I'm thinking that Toy Story 4 wins. So I'm going to do Best Visual Effects here. And I've got The Lion King, Spider-Man Far From Home, Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, Avengers Endgame, and Gemini Man. I'm probably missing out on some things. Maybe The Irishman for its kind of de-aging. But then again, Avengers Endgame did that. Captain Marvel did it. So those are the 5, I would say. I don't know if I'm really missing anything. I'm sure there's some other blockbusters I'm forgetting. Hobbs and Shaw. What else came out in the summer or whatever? I don't know. These are the 5 I'm gonna go with. Winning, I'm gonna stick with Lion King. and then if not Lion King, Avengers Endgame. So those are all my nominations. Wow, I completely missed the couch. Now, what if my phone's broken? I mean, was it worth it to look cool? I hope so. Those were my nominations or my predictions. Imagine I came up with the nominations, like I got to nominate everyone. That'd be pretty fucking sick. What a job that would be. But yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. I was literally about to say what's up, movie nerds and basketball geeks, but it's the same video, it's just a different day. Same video, different day. So let's get that iced tea going. Nothing like a good crack of a can. Oh fuck yeah. And let's react to some Oscar nominees. So, unfortunately, I'm a really stupid idiot moron, and I don't know how to like screen capture like in the right way, like a YouTube video or like a video online, like for instance the Oscar nominations. So you're not gonna see that. You're not gonna see me in a corner reacting to an actual YouTube video or anything because I'm fucking stupid and I hate my life and I hate myself. Performance by an actor in a leading role nominees: Antonio Banderas, Pain and Glory; Leonardo DiCaprio, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood; Adam Driver in Marriage Story; Joaquin Phoenix in Joker; and Jonathan Pryce in The Two Popes. So, what did I hit? 3 out of 5? Adam Driver, Leo, and Joaquin. I told you Leo was going to get in, even though he wasn't getting that much love at all the award shows. So, that's 3 out of 5. And then Antonio Banderas, I thought might slip in there. Jonathan Pryce, I really didn't think had a good chance. So who'd they leave out? Robert De Niro. I'm happy about that. Who else was on my list? Let's take it back to my notes now, because I can't even remember who the fuck I said. So Adam Sandler is the other one, which it was kind of a long shot, I suppose, but I thought that maybe, he's kind of getting that strength of the buzz of Uncut Gems. But I wouldn't say he really deserved it. I mean, it would have been cool to see it, but he was good. But I'm fine with those, I guess. Now, an actor in a supporting role. Tom Hanks, Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, called it. Anthony Hopkins in The Two Popes. Al Pacino and Joe Pesci, both for The Irishman, and Brad Pitt in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I didn't even really consider Anthony Hopkins. So who was left out this time? I can't even remember my guys. It was Jamie Foxx in Just Mercy. So they just kind of completely, I mean, I don't know, I didn't see the other nominees, but it looks like they kind of just completely ignored that movie. Now, actress in a leading role nominees: Cynthia Erivo. I don't know if that's how you say her name. It's like knowing Giannis for the first time. It's like, how do you say his last name? Okay, Irvio or Erivo. That's obviously a much easier last name, but I've never heard of her before this movie. So if I'm saying it wrong, I'm sorry. I'm an idiot, dumbass, asshole. Cynthia Erivo in Harriet. Okay, I didn't think she was gonna really get in, but she did. Scarlett Johansson in Marriage Story, Saoirse Ronan in Little Women, Charlize Theron in Bombshell, and Renee Zellweger in Judy. So Lupita Nyong'o, once again, like the Hereditary thing I was saying, horror movies get gypped. She should probably be in there. Again, I didn't see all these performances, but what was that best actress? So Awkwafina didn't get it, and Lupita Nyong'o didn't get it. So those are the 5. I was 3 for 5. Actress in a supporting role nominees: Kathy Bates in Richard Jewell, Laura Dern in Marriage Story, Scarlett Johansson in Jojo Rabbit, Florence Pugh in Little Women. Wow, okay, and Margot Robbie in Bombshell. She got it for Bombshell. Remember, I said I didn't know if it was that or Once Upon a Time. I'm surprised they gave it to Bombshell there. I'm surprised. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, it's the clear favorites of the year kind of, and it's getting so much love that I thought they might just throw it to her there. Didn't see Bombshell, but I'm sure she's very good in it. She's a great actress. I'm just gonna say I prefer that over Once Upon a Time because she wasn't too amazing in that movie. But wow, Florence Pugh in Little Women. Okay, I didn't really hear her name at all. I mean, I heard that there was great performances in that movie overall, and that Saoirse Ronan might slip in there like she did. But Florence Pugh in Little Woman, she had a great year fighting with my family. She was fantastic in Midsummer, although I had a lot of issues with that film. I think she was pretty magnificent in it. And then here, since she ends the year or starts the new year off with a nomination for an Academy Award for Little Women, so that's great. Fucking Jennifer Lopez didn't get it. Okay. Wow. So what was I? 4? I was 4 out of 5, maybe 3.5 out of 5, considering I said Margot Robbie for Once Upon a Time. But I knew Margot Robbie wasn't going to get gypped for something this year. So wow, J-Lo didn't get it though. Okay. Best animated film of the year: How to Train Your Dragon, The Hidden World, I Lost My Body. There's one I had no idea was a movie. Klaus. Or Klaus. I don't know which. It looks like Klaus the way they spell it here. But I think that's a Netflix movie, so I didn't even think about that. So that got in. Missing Link. Toy Story 4. Was that 5? Yeah, so what did I say was going to get in that didn't? Frozen 2 didn't get in there. What else did I have in my list over here? Frozen 2 and Abominable. Abominable was, sometimes they throw those DreamWorks ones in, sometimes they don't. There's been years where they're just like, The Boss Baby got nominated one year, whatever year it came out, so you never really know. But a good list, I suppose. I knew How to Train Your Dragon and Toy Story and Missing Link were definitely going to get in there. So I'm going to run through some other categories, ones that I didn't even touch on, just because I'm interested in seeing them and I might as well react to them. So cinematography, The Irishman, Joker, Lighthouse, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That seems about right. Let's see what else. Costume design, Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Women, Once Upon a Time. Oh, directing. Okay. The Irishman, Martin Scorsese. Joker, Todd Phillips. Wow, he got in. Ooh, I know some people that are going to be mad about that, but I'm fine with it. I thought he directed the hell out of it. 1917, Sam Mendes, Quentin Tarantino, Once Upon a Time, and Parasite, Bong Joon-ho. So, who didn't get it? It was, it was Noah Baumbach didn't get it. Wow, okay, I mean, I'm fine with it. I think Noah Baumbach directed the hell out of Marriage Story, but I think Joker was also a very well-directed film. That movie's so controversial and divisive. Some people think it's such a poorly directed and put together film, aside from like Joaquin's performance. I thought he was, obviously Joaquin, but I thought Todd Phillips, I'm glad he got it. The guy that directed The Hangover and one of my favorite underrated films of all time, in War Dogs. I'm glad that he got a nomination, so that's cool. Documentary, American Factory, The Cave, The Edge of Democracy, For Sama, and Honeyland. I don't care about Best Documentary Short. I'm sorry, I don't. I'm skipping past it. Achievement in Film Editing. Okay, editing. Ford vs. Ferrari, The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, and Parasite. Okay. International Feature Film. Corpus Christi, Honeyland. Okay, that was a foreign film. Didn't know. Les Miserables. They did that again, I guess, in France. Pain and Glory, and Parasite. So I would imagine Parasite wins, although Pain and Glory is getting a lot of recognition as well. I would imagine that Parasite still takes that cake, though. Okay, I'm sure Best Picture is coming up soon. There's got to be a decent amount of awards left, like makeup and production design. Those kind of smaller ones. Animated short. I'm sorry, I never care about those. Makeup, Bombshell, Joker, Judy, Maleficent, 1917. It's cool to see some random ones sneak in there sometimes, like Maleficent. Like, never thought it'd be like an Oscar nominee, but I guess for makeup and hairstyling makes sense. Achievement in music, written for a motion picture. So original score, Joker did have a great score. Little Women, Marriage Story, 1917, and The Rise of Skywalker. That's cool. I mean, was it original? I don't know. I don't even know. Wasn't it like the same? I guess they kind of like remixed the original Star Wars tune. I don't know. Achievement in music. So original song. Okay. The Toy Story 4 song, I Can't Let You Throw Yourself Away. I'm Gonna Love Me Again, Rocket Man. I'm Standing With You from Breakthrough. Into the Unknown from Frozen 2. And Stand Up from Harriet. So I think I've heard of some of these. So cool. And motion picture. This has got to be the last one, but it looks like on my web browser it goes down for a while. But let's see. Motion picture. Ford vs. Ferrari. Called it. Irishman. Called it. Jojo Rabbit. Did I say he was going to get in there? I don't remember. Jojo Rabbit. Joker. Little Women. Marriage Story. 1917. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And Parasite. So Parasite's obviously going to win Best Foreign Film. But, wow. Okay, how many was that? Ford vs. Ferrari. Irishman. Jojo Rabbit. Little Women. Joker. Marriage Story, 1917, Once Upon a Time, Parasite. I knew it was going to be 9. But I don't think I put Little Women or Jojo Rabbit in there. Let me see what I said for Best Picture. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I said Irishman, said Joker, said Ford. I said Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, which is probably pretty stupid of me. Parasite, Marriage Story, 1917, Jojo Rabbit. So I got everything right. Did I say Marriage Story? Yeah, I got everything right except fucking Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. Why did I say that? So if I just put Little Women there instead... Wow, god damn it. You know what? That's pretty good. 8 out of 9. I knew it was going to be 9 for some reason. Just knew. They don't like to do 10, ever. Okay. Achievement in production design. Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, 1917. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Parasite. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I will say, although I hate that movie, it probably will win Best Production Design. And you did kind of feel like you were, in the 60s, 70s, whatever it was, 60s for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So, okay, Best Animated Short, I'm just going to skip it. Best Live Action Short, I'm skipping it. Uh, Achievement in Sound Editing, Ford vs. Ferrari, Joker, 1917, Once Upon a Time, Star Wars. Achievement in Sound Mixing, Ad Astra, Ford vs. Ferrari, Joker, 1917, Once Upon a Time. And Visual Effects, Avengers Endgame, The Irishman, The Lion King, 1917, Star Wars. So it looks like I got 3 out of 5 with that. Cool. I mean, some people got, I'm sure some people are pissed about some things. Adam Sandler, maybe. Jennifer Lopez, perhaps. Maybe Joker getting Best Directing nom. I'm sure a lot of people are up in arms about that, but I'm happy with it. So, cool. That's my reactions. Sorry you had to just look at me look down while I sip a fucking brisk lemon iced tea. But that's the video. So, you know. Have a good day, have a good night, subscribe, like, comment.